Hello, children. Let us continue our poem Puppy and I. This is the second module of our poem Puppy and I. First module we have done, and in that we learned a beautiful poem on Puppy and I. And I hope you are learning that poem, reading that poem constantly. Okay, so here are the general details we can see on the screen, and this is unit 7, and the name of the poem is Puppy and I, as you know. So here comes a cute puppy, and here comes a boy. Okay, so in this poem, the name of the poem is Puppy and I, and in this poem I is a boy. All right, so let us see what are we going to learn in this model in the next slide. Well, children, these are some new words on the screen, and these new words I have already given you in the handouts. I hope you have written it in the notebook, and we are going to discuss all these new words one by one. All right. So the first one is village. So what is village? Area with some houses, farm and shops, etc., but smaller than town or city. It's called as village. I think you know what is village already because you have gone to many villages like Chettikulam. Okay, this is the nearest village for us. So small area, some houses and farm and shops, but the area is smaller than town or city. That is a village. Next is hills. As we discussed during the poem, hills means small mountain. You might have seen big, huge mountains, but we are talking about small mountains. Not very big, not very small, not exactly in between. They are small mountains, they are hills. All right. For example, puppy likes to go to the hills. Understood? Next, bread. Bread is a kind of food, a type of food that we eat in the morning, right? With milk, and many children like to eat bread. So, in the poem, that man was going down to the village to get some bread, right? So, this is the meaning of bread. Then, next one, hay. Hay is nothing but dried grass. This also we discussed, and horse wanted to bring hay, and I shall show you the picture of dried grass as well in the coming slides. Then roll, something made round and round, like rolling a coin, rolling a ball, okay, something like that, which will roll on certain surface. Now the dog wanted to roll and play on the hill in the grass. So that GIF image also you will see in the coming slide. So roll means something made round and round. Next is play. Play means to have fun, to enjoy. Okay, like you play cricket and other games in the evening time on the ground or nearby your house. So that is playing. This is a common word. All right. So let us move to the next slide. Let us see some pictures. Okay. As you can see, here are two dogs enjoying. They are rolling themselves. Right. So this is called as rolling. Okay. So the dog is rolling in the grass and they are enjoying. They are turning up their bodies ups and downs, and they are having fun. So they like to play this way. So why do they roll in the grass like this? Because they might feel itching in the body, or sometimes they just don't feel good, or sometimes they just want their body to be brushed by the grass, green grass. Okay, they may feel good with that. So this is the probable reason. And maybe their body is not smelling nice, so if they brush their body to the grass, their body will smell nicely to them. See, generally dogs have good sensory organ. They smell it very quickly. So they might not feeling well the smell of their body. So they might roll their body in the grass. So these are the probable reasons. All right. So let's turn to the next slide. Yes. What is this? This is nothing but hill, right? We discussed that small mountain means hill. Now here is a picture of the hill. As I told you, I'll show you the picture, and here is the picture. Okay, so you might have got the idea about what is hill, small mountain. So here comes the word hills, and it's a good place to go, and we'll get fresh air and we'll feel good. All right. So let us see the next slide. Okay, here is the hay I was talking about. So this is nothing but hay, and hay is nothing but dried grass. Okay, so when all the dried grass is brought together, this will look like this, and animals eat this dried grass. So what is hay? Hay is nothing but dried grass. Hay. Okay, now we will discuss the question answers that I had given you in the handout, and you might have solved it so far. You might have written it in the notebook. Okay, let us see. Number one, who is I in the poem? A little boy is I in the poem. As we discussed, who was I in the poem? The boy, that little boy was talking with that man, was talking with that horse, and then a puppy. So, who is I in the poem? A little boy is I in the poem. Second one, where was the man going? Easy. The man was going to the village to get some bread. Okay, so he wanted to eat some bread, so he was going to village to get some bread. Next one, why didn't the child go with the horse? Horse asked the child, will you come with me? Child said, no, not I. Now why didn't the child go with the horse? Answer is, the child did not go with the horse because he found horse busy with his own work, right? Because horse was going to collect some hay, get some hay, and he was busy in its own work. So boy thought better not to go with him. It will be boring, it will not be so interesting, so he thought not to go with the horse, better to avoid, so he said no. Understood? So why didn't the child go with the horse? Because the child found that horse busy with his own work. Next, why did the child go with the puppy? Now this time child went with the puppy. In the poem we saw. So why did the child go with the puppy? Answer. The child went with the puppy because he, that is puppy, was going to the hills to roll and play, and the child wanted to play. Right, children? This thing we discussed in the poem, and child wanted to play, and puppy was going to the hills to roll and play, so child went with the puppy. All right. let's see the next one. Okay, this is for you. Read aloud. You have to read this loudly. All right, I shall read it for you once, and then you can read it while watching this video. First one is bread. Second, hay. Third, roll. Fourth, said. Fifth, today. Six, pole. Seven, village. Eight, met. MET, met. Okay, so you can read this. You can read this while watching the video. You can pause the video and you can read out from your screen. Okay, generally every poem has rhyming words. This poem too has rhyming words. So I found these two. One, said, bread. Second, day, hay. Okay, so rhyming words means words which have similar pronunciation but different spelling and maybe different meaning. So it should be sounding similar. Said, bread, day, hay. All right, let's see the next one. Okay, so here comes the homework, and we are going to end this video. So homework is recite the poem and write in your notebook. Easy. So this is very important because when you recite the poem, you get good mastery over reading, and when you write in your notebook, you get writing practice. All right. So here we conclude this module number 2 of Puppy and I, and we shall continue further. And till the time, you have to learn and recite the poem. All right. Thank you.